So, we are episode 9, DWYCK.
DWYCK?
DWYCK.
Is that an acronym for something?
Yes. Remember that all of the titles of these episodes are named after songs from this hip-hop group called Gang Starr?
Yes.
But I do not know what it stands for.
That's disappointing. You have failed me, Ron.
I recognize all the other ones, except for this one.
You've deeply disappointed me.
Oh,
I will choose to forgive you this time, but do not fail me again.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, anyway. It's an okay episode. It's on camera. You heard him. If I end up dead tomorrow, we have evidence.
Dick and ass. Go.
Yes, a dick. What I have to assume is a fairly large Johnson gets dick and ass in this episode, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say, but here I am.
Boo. Okay.
Boo.
You sexualizing black people, stop it.
I'm saying, it's a compliment.
True. But still, over-sexualization of a black man. Continue.
Fair enough. It's playing to stereotype, I will confess. I'm just assuming a guy that's that size, naturally,
yes.
Naturally, that mountain of a human being naturally would have a fairly large Johnson. That's all I'm saying. Just throwing that out there.
True.
I assume the mountain from Game of Thrones has the same problem. Anyway,
maybe.
But I'm digging myself a bigger hole, so I'm just gonna move on. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So it's okay. It's kind of a
yeah. This is one of those transitional episodes that takes you to somewhere better, but you have to get through it to get to the
yeah. Like there's some good stuff here. Diamondback's got a couple good scenes. I get what people are getting the Joker comparison from, but this is I don't know. I'm not really seeing it to the point some people are comparing it to.
Right. It's he's never as over the top as you think he's gonna be. No. He goes to a place where you think he might do it, and then he's like, nope.
Yeah. So like, I like that. I thought it was good. I thought he's entertaining. He does have a good scene where he kind of like sets up his alliance with Mariah and all that stuff. They're gonna rule the kingdom, like rule the empire as psychopath and congresswoman.
Psychopath and congresswoman.
So, you know.
And Shades is just trying to fuck.
Shade wants to fuck Mariah so bad.
He's counting the minutes.
Every time he's over there, he just has like, he looks like he's about to orgasm on the spot. He's like, I know you can do this.
Yeah, like every time she does something like devilish or gangster, he gets like a hard on or something.
It's just, he's one step away from going, just the tip. But yeah, so this one Claire takes Luke Cage out to find like the original doctor that made him, basically, and which leads him to, quote, as they say, deep fry him to try to get the shrapnel out.
They deep fry him in acid, butt naked.
Yeah, butt naked, where the acid and dick and acid joke came from, which like, if it wasn't a fetish before, I'm willing to bet it is now.
See, because so here's the story. Michael was saying, "Oh, that's a conveniently, that's a convenient piece of metal to cover."
Yeah, because of course they show like the aerial shot, just showing like naked on this thing, just one giant metal piece around the crotch.
To which I replied, "Who wants to see a dick in acid?"
And that's where we go.
Nobody.
Well, that's where you're wrong, sir. You have clearly not explored the disturbing depths of the internet like I have.
Yeah, no.
There are some things that I have learned that you do not want to know.
And I'll take your word for it. I will hold you to your word, and I will totally agree with you.
I'll send you some links.
No. I'll never open another email from you again.
I'll be like, no, dude, totally. It's like the weird Avenger clip from like XX Hamster or something like that.
Oh.
Don't ask me why I know that.
Fucking acid. Okay, moving on.
This is why we have fun here. Anyway, meanwhile, Misty Knight is having her own little come to Jesus moment, kind of, with the human avatar of turkeys. I can only assume. This man looks like a turkey. I'm sorry.
He looks like John Candy playing a turkey.
Which one's John Candy?
You don't remember John Candy?
Are
you that young?
I probably do. I just need a reminder.
He was the coach in Cool Runnings.
See, I never saw Cool Runnings.
Okay, well, John Candy had a long career before that. It was like Uncle Buck and...
Oh, okay, Uncle Buck I know.
Caddyshack and all that stuff.
See, I didn't like it. I never liked Adam Sandler, so I avoided Caddyshack.
Adam Sandler's not a Caddyshack.
Wait, no. I'm thinking that other golf movie he did. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
And that's a hilarious ass movie. You need to watch that.
I tried.
Even if you don't like him, that movie's funny, man. You have to do the play Apollo Creed in there. Yeah, Carl Weathers in there.
I don't know, man. I have a hang up with Adam Sandler.
Bob Barker beats the shit out of him.
I just can't get into that style of humor. I don't like his acting. It drives me crazy.
You know, and I will say that it was definitely more acceptable in the '90s when he was just beginning his career. Like you just thought, okay, this is some new shit or whatever that I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But as the 2000s go on, it's like, okay,
we get it.
Please go
stop. Please stop. Fuck's sake. But anyway, that's a lot. I don't want to get into their Adam Sandler rant. But anyway, I'm realizing more and more as the season goes on, like, man, Misty Knight is really kind of just a self-righteous person.
She really is. She really is.
She thinks she's like cop Jesus. She really does. And it's really, especially with this episode, it's well acted. She's a great actress, and she's playing it to the best she can. But it seems like you are really just kind of pretentious and obnoxious.
It's very true. I agree. It's, for the reasons I told you off camera.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is a cultural thing that people deal with.
I believe you. But yeah, so it's like. And there's a lot of this episode dedicated. Now, 2 of the episodes credit, it does justify some of the questionable decisions that were made in the previous episode in a way that I could believe more than what was explained at the time.
So that shit that I said 2 episodes ago, see, he agrees with me now. Just saying.
I'm not entirely. Not entirely. Max, down.
He agrees with me enough for me to say that.
I still don't buy the flip on Luke Cage thing, but I can understand the reaction now. Mostly. Not 100%, but like, okay, at least there's a valid defense here that I can believe.
See?
Because they spent like 30 minutes of the episode to explain it to me.
Which is unfair to you because I've seen all this already.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of... I have to leave things out. And
it still doesn't change the fact that I'm starting to loathe this character more and more as we go through the season.
But she'll turn out.
I mean, like, it's not as bad. It's like there's no way it's gonna get as bad as with the neighbor and Jessica Jones.
That was bad.
That was really bad. I love Jessica.
Kilgrave was the most annoying cocksucker I've ever seen.
Oh, Kilgrave! Oh, I thought he was a phenomenal villain.
Dude, but dude, just he's so fucking childish.
I think I like that though. I think that played to his character.
But just the stuff he puts her through psychologically just because he thinks he's having fun or some shit. Like, dude.
See, I love it. I thought he was like the only villain that's actively made my skin crawl. Like.
Well, that's what I mean. He plays it so well.
You mean like in a good way?
Yeah, he plays so well. I don't want to look at him.
Yeah, and that's what I loved about that villain so much. Like, I think Kilgrave's one of the best villains Marvel's ever done in their live action formats.
I would tend to agree with you
because he's like I've seen even this show. It's like everyone's like, okay, that's a bad guy. That's a bad guy. This is like the only villain. Kilgrave's the only villain I've ever looked at. And they go, that guy is fucking evil and he deserves to die.
And Luke Cage in many aspects is about getting away from that. Like the villain who you think immediately is the villain is not. Mm. And there's definitely more justification and more backstory as to why these people are making these choices.
Mm. I mean, there's enough.
It's not as cut and dry as it was back in that series.
I mean, I would say they give Kilgrave a sympathetic storyline, but they're probably just a sleazy scumbag that doesn't make a difference. It's all like, okay, he's a relatable evil prick, but he's still like just a monster and everything.
Yeah, but I don't know about you. If I was like, I don't know, if I was fucked with by my parents like that and I had special abilities, I'd just be happy to be free. I wouldn't be trying to like manipulate people and like fuck around and shit. I don't know.
At the same time, you're also raised with that sense of entitlement too, because you have that power too.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a kid going through people.
I guess if it always works, then there's no reason
there's
to question
no
it.
sense of consequence.
Yeah.
But I love Kilgrave. I think David Tennant did an amazing job. So far, none of the villains in this show have really been, I think, lived up to that caliber. They're still good villains, a lot better than the ones that Marvel movies put out.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying about the villains in Luke Cage is that you don't know who the real villain is yet. we have many people with motivations to take the mantle of the series villain, but we don't actually know who the actual
I'm
villain is.
pretty sure the guy that threw a knife at somebody's eye is a bad guy.
He's definitely a bad guy. He definitely is, but is he the bad guy? You see what I'm saying?
I get your point. I'm just saying
There's a vacuum there.
I'm still pretty sure.
Like Cottonmouth for me, he was the quintessential villain behind the scenes trying to do the Kingpin thing. But now that he's dead, I don't know who the actual villain. It looks like it's gonna be Mariah on top as the series goes forward, because Diamondback's basically dealt with. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say how or why, but you know that's what I mean. This series has a multitude of villains, but I'm not sure exactly who is the alpha. Not quite.
That's fair.
You know,
which
is different from the other two series that I've watched. You know, when you see Fisk, you know, like nobody's fucking with that dude.
Yeah, but so far I found Fisk more interesting than Diamondback so far.
I agree, but I agree because Fisk has already made his choice. That's what I mean. When you see Diamondback, he's definitely ruthless, but it doesn't look like he's taking it all the way yet.
No, I agree.
You get what I mean? And neither has Mariah, and
neither is Misty. I'm sure she'll find a way.
Well, Misty's not a villain, but
isn't she?
She's an antagonist. She's definitely a roadblock, but she's not a villain.
An annoying roadblock.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
Nobody has stepped up and said, okay, fuck all of you, I'm gonna do this. You know?
Yeah.
And we still got a couple episodes.
Yeah, we're on episode 9 right now, so we still got like 4 episodes left.
Yep.
So I say we should jump right into the next one.
Let's do it.
All right.
Dick in the ass.